Hey guys, this is John from BC&D, and before I start, I just want to say thank you all so much for the support on my very first video. It means the world to me because it was like a shot in the dark doing the first video. So by the response of the feedback on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everything, I just appreciate you all so much for sharing it, and I can't thank anybody but God himself and you all for making it possible for me. So getting into it today, we're going to be working on my 2008 Chevy Colorado. I have put a lot of work and pride into this thing, but it is very dirty and it needs a wash, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it. For my Colorado, we're gonna be using almost the exact same products that I used in the last video to work on my Forte, and I'm gonna try to use a lot better adjectives to describe them besides amazing, because I'm looking back on it, I know I used that a lot in the last video, so we're gonna try to correct that this time. But we're gonna have our soap and quick detailer combo with our wheel cleaner, our glass cleaner, tire shine. Now before, I'm gonna go ahead and do a whole time lapse of all these products, but I will stop at intervals to go ahead and introduce some new ones that are gonna be special to this Colorado. Alright, so for my interior today, I actually cleaned my interior yesterday because I was driving my truck around, and from where I haven't been driving it, the interior needed some work. So I went ahead and vacuumed it out, and I went ahead and cleaned everything, but I'm going to go through the products with you. That way I'll go ahead and showcase what I used. So for the windows, I obviously used the streak-free glass cleaner just because of how great it works. I also used my inner cleaner on my door panels, my dash, my steering wheel, my inner console, everything. Went ahead and cleaned it up, and of course, like I said in the last video, it's great. It actually does what it's supposed to do. And I actually tried out a new product yesterday that I'm gonna go ahead and say is my Matte Renew rubber floor cleaner, because rubber floor mats are an absolute pain for me. I always had the worst time cleaning them, but this made it such an easier job. I was able to get every spick and spanny corner of my floor mats clean, and it just worked absolutely great. I could not have been any more pleased with it. So I'll go ahead and make a video of the interior just to show off how great it looks, and then we'll go ahead and go to some more cosmetic stuff outside because I have a lot more new products to show you. Since we're not doing the interior video today, we're gonna go ahead and, before we start with our cosmetic new products I'm gonna be showing you, of course we like to do our bug and tar to go ahead and make sure it sits and gets all the bug residue off. Just spray it on like so, everywhere, up anywhere and everywhere, and of course it's gonna sit and it's gonna be super great when it comes off. Instances like mine where I have a very big graphic on the back of my truck that is vinyl, I like to go ahead and start using our Chemical Guys wrap detailer. Brings out the exact color that the wrap is supposed to look like. It doesn't make it look faded or dull. It's supposed to rejuvenate the product, so we're gonna go ahead and just spray it on here. Of course, it adds just an even layer, and it just wipes right in, and it mostly removes every one of the marks you go ahead and wipe with. So of course it's going to rejuvenate the wrap, going to bring back the color, not make it look sun faded, and of course where it's matte it might do that over time, but if you keep it maintained and keep it looking good, this thing will last for years. And there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to some more cosmetic products that we will be using today. Now that we're all the way down here at the bottom, I'm going to change it up on you a little bit. Today we're going to be using our Mother's Chrome Polish my papa actually taught me to use mothers, but I kind of branched away from that, but I still like to go back to my roots when it comes to certain products. This chrome polish works great because on my truck I have a dual catback exhaust. Thing sounds gorgeous, but of course with our chrome exhaust tips we like to make sure that they look fresh and fine. So we'll go ahead and apply a little bit to our rag and just go over a couple times. We might need to apply a couple more product just because of how nasty these exhaust tips actually turned out to be. So we'll go ahead and just use a little bit more, and I'll go ahead and cut away the video. That way I can go ahead and get finished up with these, and we'll go ahead and move on to something else. So to finish up our detail, we're gonna finish off with some Back to Black Extreme Trim Restore by Mothers, because I like to use them on these fender flares. I like to use them on my mirrors. Heck, even on my bed rack, I love to use this because it works great. It enhances the color of the original trim. It makes it not want the sun fade. It's great. So, and then of course we'll go ahead and wipe off our bug and tar, and we'll apply some chrome polish to our grill if we need to. We'll go ahead and finish off with our tire kicker, and then to top it all off, we're going to go ahead and go over another coat of our VO7 enhancer to go ahead and bring out the gloss any more in case I did miss a couple of spots, and then we'll go ahead and show the final result. Alright guys, I just finished up my full detail on my 2008 Chevy Colorado, and for it nearly being 13 years old, it still looks pretty good. All the details and everything's sparkling off of it just like my Forte, and hopefully it'll continue to do that even with all this inclement weather that we're going to have coming in. But I appreciate you guys plugging in for this video. Call me, message me on Facebook, Instagram, anything. I'll go ahead and hit it up, and we'll go ahead and get it scheduled for your car or truck or SUV to look this amazing. I appreciate you guys, and God bless. So for my, I don't know anymore, man. Obviously, my inner cleaner I use for my doormats. Doormats? What's a doormat?